Meet Sarah Roberts, an online business owner with over 5 years of experience, a homeschooling mom to twins, and a seasoned online marketing strategist. On her channel, Sarah shares everything you need to grow your online business with motivation, strategy, and inspiration, all from a Christian perspective. Whether you're seeking actionable marketing tips, strategies to elevate your brand, or faith-based encouragement to keep you going, this channel is your go-to resource. Join Sarah as she combines her expertise in online marketing with her heart for faith-driven entrepreneurship to help you achieve your goals. So, if you're ready to grow your business, keep faith at the center of your journey, and gain tools for success, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Sarah is here to guide you every step of the way.
Promoting your work on social media can feel a little bit like a guessing game. You're trying to figure out what to say, what platform to post on, and it's really hard to sort through the huge amount of information online about promoting your work with online methods in order to figure out what's right for you and your business. So today I'm going to give you some practical tips, some things to prioritize, and of course some just good foundational principles for promoting your work on social media, so that you're not just seeing those vanity numbers like followers and all those things increase. Those are all good things and we want those things because that helps us reach more people. But the main thing that we want to see from our efforts on social media, if we're looking to promote our work, is that we need to see sales if we're a business owner. If you're a nonprofit, you need to see probably some measurable donations or volunteership. There's some metric that you need to move the needle on in your business. Whatever that is, social media can help you do that. You just have to be strategic about how you use it and not waste time trying to figure it out. Hit the ground running with a really solid strategy. So I've got my notes here and you may see me referring back to them because I just want to make sure that I cover all these points in enough detail to really give you a good foundation to get you started. So number one, you want to start with a goal. Just like we were talking about, every business, every person, every organization has those specific metrics that they're measuring. These can usually be quantified with numbers, either sales, revenue, signups for a specific link, email list growth, whatever it is that you're measuring, that's what you want to start creating your goals around. So you want to build that social strategy out based on your business goal. Your goal going into social media and promotion online should never be, I want to gain 100 followers. That's wonderful, and gaining 100 followers is helpful. But if those 100 followers are not people who can buy from you, or if those 100 followers are not helping you achieve the result that you need in your business or organization, then it's not doing you much good. A follower who isn't planning to buy or share or engage is just a number on a screen. And it's not very logical to plan your goals and work yourself trying to get to these specific social media numbers if there's not a purpose behind it. So my number one top tip is start with a goal and have a purpose behind it. Everything we do in our businesses and in our marketing strategies should be so purpose filled, because if you're spending all this time, and it does take time to market your business and promote your work on social media, if you're spending all this time and seeing no measurable results in your actual business, in your actual sales, rather than just the result of online numbers on a screen, it's going to get really discouraging really fast. I myself went through that process where I was spending, as a stay-at-home mama of young twins, when I first started the online portion of my business where I taught cookie decorating classes and promoted those on YouTube. If we haven't met before, hi, I started as a cookie decorating instructor, and that channel is still out there if you want to learn to decorate cookies. That was a lot of fun, but that's how I got started. And I used to spend 20 plus hours per week just really working so hard on content creation. I was doing everything that the experts were saying to do on Facebook. I was doing everything they said to do on Instagram. And I was feeling like I was completely failing because unless you have an entire team of people, which I did not, I had me and two 2-year-olds that I was trying to feed and take care of in addition to feeding and taking care of myself. I just did not have enough hours in the day to do everything that the experts were telling me to do. And then when I did as much as I had capacity to do, I was posting constantly, I was scheduling ahead, I was getting on stories, I was going live, I still wasn't seeing revenue. I still wasn't seeing any income coming into my family bank account. So I was driving myself insane trying to create this result with no plan in place whatsoever. Praise the Lord for good business coaches who helped me get out of that pattern and helped me set real measurable milestones for my revenue goals and for my business and for what I was selling and how I was directing people to it. So that's step 1. Set a goal, have a purpose. Number 2 is prioritize. Like I discussed in the previous point, there is not enough time in the day unless you have a massive team, which honestly most of us don't. Most people who are starting out or even further along in their business journey, hiring is a huge process. And even hiring a social media team for hire, which is what we have available at Sarah Roberts Media, is basically your social media team that you can hire and come in and do all your marketing for you. Even if you're doing that, even with that amount of resources, you still have to prioritize where you're putting your time and effort online, because there are so many platforms, there are so many options. It's so saturated now that you have to get laser focused on who are you speaking to and where are they looking online. You have to figure out, attention is a huge commodity now. I mean, we know that audience building is like the new capital, basically, the new financial capital, because it leads to that financial capital. But understanding where your customer's attention is and getting really clear on how to get their attention in a way that leads to a relationship with them is so key. So you've got to prioritize where you're putting your time and attention, your effort, and your energy. You can't be on all the platforms unless you're using like an AI software or something that's repurposing them. Being on all the platforms is really unrealistic, especially when you're getting started, or if you're a solopreneur, or if you're not hiring a whole team. If you're looking to move the needle on sales, if you're looking to find more clients, you don't have to be on every platform. You don't need to be spending time optimizing content to do well on Facebook and to do well on Instagram and to do well on Pinterest and to do well on your website. You need to figure out where your customer is. And if you are selling something, let's say, just for example, I wrote down a little example here. If you're trying to reach local business owners who are over the age of 50, TikTok is probably not the place to do it because it's very likely that they are not on TikTok. Now, if you are trying to reach young influencers or young people or even people in the 40 and under demographic, TikTok might be more of a reliable way to reach those people. But you have to think about the demographic, you have to think about what they're looking at and when, how much time they're spending online, how much time they have to look at your products and look through what you have. You have to think about how you can actually start a conversation with them and how they would enjoy speaking in a conversation. The younger demographic, we don't necessarily love talking on the phone or talking to a human being. We want to be able to push a few buttons and get our order in the mail or brought to our door. And a lot of different generations or different demographics might prefer to be able to speak to someone over the phone and kind of sort through their order or what they want. So those are just a couple examples of how you would prioritize. but it is important to prioritize where you're showing up so that you can ensure you're getting in front of that just right customer. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you're a local business, if you are someone who can only serve someone in a local area, for example, when I was making decorated sugar cookies here in our little small Tennessee town, I could only go about 30 minutes outside of my radius of my house. Like I said, I had young babies at home. I wasn't going to be making a long drive to deliver cookies. So 30 minutes was about my max. So I had to think about local marketing. It didn't make sense for me to be doing YouTube when I wasn't selling anything except cookies, because all these people that I was reaching on YouTube who were all over the United States weren't going to be coming to Tiny Town, Tennessee to buy cookies from me. But when I started selling online courses, when I started selling classes on Zoom that people were able to purchase and access from anywhere in the United States and even anywhere in the world, once I started using a course hosting platform, then it made sense to be on YouTube where I was reaching that far out. And if you want to learn more about the differences between social media and search platforms, I have some more information about that on my TikTok, and I'll share more about that in the future. But social media, tip number 3 is that you need to create a content calendar. A content calendar is going to help you stay organized and on top of your content creation plan. And it's also going to allow you to take some of the stress off of, oh, I need to post this day or that day or on this platform or that one. Because when you have a content calendar, you'll be able to schedule your posts in advance. You'll be able to create content in advance so that it's not all kind of spur of the moment or depending on you to post when you think of it. Because as we know in business, we might start the day with great intentions of posting and sharing so much insight and content. And then when we actually get into the day and we're needing to put out these fires and take care of these things, it might not go according to plan. Now, the beautiful thing about a content calendar, like I said, is that it allows you to work ahead. It allows you to align your strategy with your mission and your goals so that each post that you're sharing is aligned with a specific goal. Now, that's easier said than done, I realize, because you sit down so excited to your computer and your cup of coffee and you go, okay, here I go. I'm going to plan this content calendar. But then you just go blank and you're like, I can't think of literally anything that I've ever spoken about before. Or at least that's how it used to happen for me when I first got started. So I created this system where I have themes throughout the week that are aligned with a goal, and I tweak it according to the results of the previous month. And if you would like to kind of steal my system and know what it is that I teach and how I do it, then I'm hosting a live workshop on January the 30th. That's 2024. But if you don't get in before the live workshop and you're watching this after the fact, no worries. We're going to set this up so that you can still come in and get all the benefits even if you weren't there live. So it'll be available afterward, but you really want to be at the live event because that's where I'll be able to talk to you about your specific business, share ideas, troubleshoot with you. If there's any way you can get on the live event, that's what we want you to do. It's called the Social Media Sales Generator. It's going to be a live workshop on Zoom. It's only $25. And we're going to work together to help you decide and just make a plan to make those social media goals and dreams and plans work together to allow you to achieve your business goals. Now, during this workshop, I will help you outline a simple content plan, help you kind of figure out how to make it work with your life and business. Because if you're sitting down saying, okay, I'm a mom of young children, I have a busy business schedule and I'm already kind of at my max capacity, having a social media guru come in and say, oh girl, yes, you just need to create 6 to 7 reels per week and post a YouTube video. That's not going to do you any good because you are not going to be able to keep up with that schedule. I love you and I believe in you, but I'm sorry. I've been there. I've lived that experience. And unless you lose a lot of sleep or let your laundry pile up, it's not going to work, sister. If you are keeping grandbabies or if you just have any life responsibilities whatsoever outside of being a content creator, it's going to be really, really challenging for you to just sit down and say, okay, I'm committing to this huge chunk of content creation, or I'm committing. Really, you don't know how long it takes to create the content until you're in it. So I want to be there to be a guide and to be a support and to say, okay, this is your life situation. Here's how we're going to life-proof your content calendar, and here's how we're going to use the resources that you already have in your business to reach the goals. Because if you're like me, I know you've been posting for years. You've been creating content for years. And you may not have. You may be totally new to this, but you've already created some stuff and maybe you're going, why is it not getting me anywhere? Why do I keep making all this stuff? I keep making these graphics. I keep taking these pictures, writing these captions, but it's not getting me anywhere. We're going to get down to the nitty gritty of what's going to help you get results and how to get that out there in a way that aligns with your life and your actual day-to-day schedule. So if you're interested in that, go to sarahgraceroberts.com. That's sarahgraceroberts.com. You can scroll down just a little bit around to the middle of the page and you'll see the workshop where you can register for that. You can also go to the description below and I'll have that link there for you as well. I'll have it on my Facebook, Sarah Grace Roberts. I'll have it on my Instagram at Mrs. Sarah Grace Roberts. All that good stuff. If you're looking for me, I'll have all the links to my socials in the description below so that you can connect with me there. Okay, so big point there that I just made talking about the content calendar workshop. One, make the content calendar, but our fourth point in this whole process is scheduling content and life-proofing your content calendar. We talked a little bit about that already, but you don't want to... Man, talk about case in point. Okay, my camera just quit on me because my SD card is full. I'm picking another one up soon, but we had to switch to phone recording because I want to get this video out for you today. And that is part of life-proofing. It's having a plan A and a schedule for achieving plan A. And then it's having a couple tools in your back pocket that you can then utilize for a plan B of, you know what, I'm not able to get this done this week. Here's what I'm going to do in order to achieve my goal. Here are my priorities of which goal I'm trying to achieve. And my fifth point, my fifth and final point of this video that has turned out to be a little bit longer than I anticipated, but that's okay. I want to give you tons of value. Is don't just put up posts and expect people to stumble upon them. Don't create a Facebook business page and hide behind the anonymity of a business page without actually saying this business is created by Sarah Roberts, without sharing it on your personal page, without telling your friends and family about it. You've got to promote what you're doing with whoever you have in your network now. I'm a big proponent of personal branding, and it may be that in the past you were able to just throw something up and no one ever knew that you were a part of it. But it's really challenging to get your message out there in front of people now without having a little bit of people actually knowing about it in advance. One of the ways that you can do this is by optimizing your personal Facebook profile and then going and interacting with other accounts from that personal account. So what I mean by optimizing is linking your business account, linking wherever you're promoting your work, or just using your personal account as the place where you promote your work. That's a little more challenging when it comes to business tools, but that's a subject for another day. Optimizing that about section of your personal profile so that people know, hey, I'm a content creator, I'm a business owner, this is what I do, and they can go and look for that. Putting your website in there, leaving thoughtful comments, leaving questions, really engaging with people, and engaging in groups and places where there are already established audiences is so key and so pivotal to actually getting eyeballs on your content, because just putting a post out there and slapping a few hashtags on it, maybe sharing it to your story and hoping that it's going to gain some traction, I'm sorry, it just isn't going to work anymore. You have to engage. Sad news, but that's how it is. So if you've enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would give it a like, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel, all the things you know I need for YouTube success, and to be able to keep sharing content like this that helps you promote your work online for free, basically, because that's what the online world and social media is. It is free advertising, and that is such a blessing in the age that we live in. If you'd like to learn more about the workshop that I mentioned, be sure to visit the link down below or go to SarahGraceRoberts.com. Thanks for watching.